I'm separating this from the Xbox showcase. We're here watching Gears of War E-Day, the E-Day Direct, getting some more information about the new Gears game. I'm really looking forward to it. No weak shit.
Welcome to the Coalition here in Vancouver, British Columbia.
They just tricked me.
Home of Gears of War.
YouTube's gonna be mad at me for saying shit that early in the video.
It instantly redefined the genre. And now in 2026, we're on the cusp of another rare moment. A chance to honor where we've been, celebrate with our fans, and lay the foundation for where Gears is going next.
The dude was really into the music.
All the way back to the day the world changed and the fight began. Emergence Day. It's a day of unimaginable loss that sits at the heart of our universe. And today, for the first time, we're ready to take you inside the studio and show you all.
I'm kind of surprised they didn't go with
weapons and modes that will make E-Day the most
the Emotion Wars. Is that what it is?
Is that all you got? Before we talk about what this
I feel like that would have made more sense as a prequel to the original trilogy.
This project, we were moving to Unreal Engine 5. It was a new foundation with a blank slate. So we took a moment to reflect on what makes Gears so special to us and to our fans. We realized that all of the things that make this world feel so unique, brotherhood, brutality, that melancholy beauty, and over-the-top spectacle, they're all perfectly set
Dominic Santiago.
E-Day. Moment the Locust ripped through the ground and changed the history of Serra forever. And to tell that story, we wanted to build an experience that evoked the vibes of the original Gears game.
I'm down for that.
So we started with this one.
Have like a darker toned Gears.
It's Marcus facing down the Locust, defiantly firing into the darkness against overwhelming odds. And we said, this is the emotional core of Gears. This is the tone and feeling.
It all comes back to Gary Jules.
This is our most ambitious game yet. E-Day is a story we haven't been able to tell before because we didn't have the technology to do it. We finally have the tools to reimagine the Gears world.
Oh boy, please don't say co-pilot or AI.
Level of detail.
Co-pilots really helped us develop this game.
Gears to new heights with the densest, most detailed world we've ever created. With seamless, large-scale environments. It's even worse from up here.
Okay.
Fully dynamic ray trace lighting. And
So it's not
real-time destruction.
It's gonna be kind of like Gears 5 then. So it has big zones that you can explore.
Characters, enemies, weapons, animation, sound, the world itself, and then we tear it apart in front of you.
Yeah,
You'll fight
that's
against
fun.
bigger and more brutal enemies with new and craftier weapons and navigate the battle.
You can't have new weapons. This is in the past.
Character movement, so that every moment of emergence plays
Immersion broken.
and hits harder.
Or should I say emulsion broken?
Feels like Gears, but plays like new.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna cut that out of the video. Let's pick back up here.
But now reimagined, evolved, and enhanced with the power of a new engine.
E-Day is set before the events of the original Gears of War. After
Yes, we know.
decades of conflict, peace has finally
We're
been
aware.
declared on Serra, and the Gears have returned home.
Love you, baby.
Marcus Phoenix
We get like
and Dominic
street
Santiago
clothes,
are
Marcus and
young
Dom.
veterans trying to adjust to civilian
Gonna be
life
interesting.
while grieving the loss of someone they both loved. Carlos Santiago, Dom's older brother
Carlos.
and Marcus's best friend.
To Carlos.
He's already dead?
Best fucking brother anyone could ask for.
Carlos died in combat in a moment of sacrifice before the war ended, and without him, Marcus and Dom's relationship is distant.
The emotion from our refinery kept power
With the world just barely on the cusp of peace and our characters coming to terms with their new reality, the Locusts
forgot about
emerge
Carlos.
and change everything.
The Coalition Emergency Broadcast System.
I want to know if that was Ty that showed up.
E-Day tells not one, but two origin stories. The start of this world falling apart and a brotherhood coming together. And over the course of 3 intense days, you'll see how Lost reshapes this world and our characters, beginning with a night of desperate survival in a brand new city.
I got chills. I don't know why I got chills. I love Gears so much.
We decided to focus our story on
I'm such a
just
loser.
one city, so you could really feel what war does to people. When we started creating Kelowna, we wanted it to be more than just a backdrop. We wanted to feel alive, like it was another character in the story, packed with layers and personality. Kelowna used to be all about innovation and discovery. But years of industrialization for the
Emulsion
Horde
factory.
effort totally reshaped it.
A refinery
For
or
such a rich
something.
history, it made sense to lean into that classic Gears retro vibe.
Dude, I love the vibe of Gears 1 where there's like
Towering architecture,
just like statues with like angel wings and shit. And they just like don't really ever talk about what it is.
kind of like those gritty industrial
Raccoon
cities
City?
from the 1970s.
We're going to Raccoon
We
City.
also looked right outside these windows at the mountains, the
Greatest
ocean,
crossover
and
of all
local
time.
landmarks to help give Kelowna its unique style.
Football stadium. I'm gonna get Cole. Cole gonna be an Easter egg in this where
As you play
he's
the
like
campaign,
in some football
the city
footage.
reveals itself through the main districts. The historic center with its classic Gears architecture in stone and steel. The downtown
They must not be
core,
armored up very
modern,
long because
reshaped by decades of industrial
they must not be in
growth.
civilian clothes very long
Military
because he was
airfield
just armored up.
set at the forest edge with shipyards
Got their cog
nearby,
armor.
the refineries, and supporting working class neighborhoods built around constant emulsion production.
Gears plays best in a city, and Kelowna is the ultimate battlefield. Kelowna's density, tight streets, mixed with open spaces.
I guess to be
let us
fair,
rethink how gear moves through the world, and it created
the reason
perfect
that they wouldn't
stage
do the
for greater
emulsion
scale and
wars
verticality in combat.
is because you're fighting humans. And that was kind of like the biggest complaint about Gears 4 is that you were just fighting robots. People like when you're fighting the Locust in Gears. Yeah.
We wanted to keep that heaviness, but add more fluidity to how you move through the battlefield. Cover is life in Gears. And we've completely
That's what I always say,
rebuilt
cover is life.
cover systems, with smoother transitions and a bigger range of cover heights and shapes, including new low ground cover. And this all allows us to create more
Ooh.
complex and organic feeling spaces than ever before. From sprint, you can now slide, which lets you quickly get under objects.
Oh my
slide around
God.
corners, or transition more smoothly.
Please tell me there's
from the
multiplayer in this game.
And we added the ability to jump, which really opened up this.
No, you can't do that. You can't do that in Gears.
Climbing walls and vehicles.
That's breaking the rules of
clearing
Gears. You
gaps
can't
and
jump.
crumbling buildings to reach new flanking routes. At the heart of our gameplay is still that great Gears combat puzzle. A mix of unique enemy combinations.
I am a little concerned that they're focusing on story mode. Like, is there not a Horde mode or multiplayer?
And your ability to read and move through the arena. But now you have more choice than ever, and we get these peaks of almost action movie sequences. You can throw yourself off a balcony, land next to your buddy and revive him, scramble through cover, slide under a truck, and hit safety on the other side. We get these amazing Gears playgrounds, small and large, where all these elements come together, and the city is filled with them.
Just
Our
filled
missions
with them.
move across the city, from linear fights in narrow streets and alleys to more open districts, where you have access to entire neighborhoods. Now you have strategic choices. Do you take the enemy head on? Do you flank them from a side entrance? Or do
Okay.
you climb
You
up to the
can't.
balcony across the street and take them all out with your long shot?
Okay.
It's
I was
up to
gonna
you.
say, you can't like
And if you're
stealth
playing co-op
them.
with your friends, well, then you can try all three at the same time. Taking
That's
your own
fun.
path reveals small stories from the city. survivors trapped in an apartment.
There's a civilian in that building. 4th floor.
A raven crashed in the distance. A group of gears readying an ambush. You still have your orders, but it's up to you to decide where you offer to help or how much of the city you choose to explore.
And that city
So yeah,
is fully realized.
This definitely is like an
City
evolution
this
of Gears
scale
5.
and detail, we needed to invest in an entire suite of tools.
They have like
Tools for roads,
side objectives you can do.
sidewalks, e-holes, buildings, rooftops, and pipes. We have a procedural content generation toolset for scattering millions of pieces of trash and debris across the ground to make Kelowna feel lived in. This is the largest, most complex location you've ever seen in a Gears game.
But the board control is connected to an older antenna. I can reconfigure their radios to reach Afira.
Do it. The remaining gears will hold the fort.
In other Gears games, the world's basically already dead. There are very few human survivors left. But in E-Day, you're watching a live city get ripped apart in front of you.
That is a cool idea.
People who once went to work, sporting events, and celebrated the possibility of peacetime are now stopped in their tracks. They abandon their cars and run for survival, attempting to find refuge in subways or stores. A glimpse of a child's toy or dinner left uneaten are reminders of what's been lost and the horror of what the locusts have unleashed.
You'll experience the locust decimation at all scales in E-Day through our customized destruction technology. E-holes are back, unleashing waves of enemies from under your feet at any
E-holes are back. It's a funny sentence.
As a game design element, getting to use e-holes again as a
We're
sport
bringing
mechanic is
E-holes
brilliant.
back. Yeah?
This can come out of the ground anywhere. You can toss a grenade in to close them up. Just adds this great tactical layer to encounters.
But you'll also encounter massive sinkholes that'll pull down vehicles and entire buildings. And no amount of detail is too small, as micro-destruction goes beyond what we've ever done before with chippable cover across a range of materials. Your impact is real, visceral, and leaves a mark on the world. Destroyed Beauty has long been a visual pillar of Gears of War, and we finally get to show
I'm starting
the
to think
before,
this is only
making
a
it
single
after
player
it that
game.
much harder.
Or like, not single player. It has co-op, but only a campaign game.
You'll recognize a neighborhood that was once intact is now completely destroyed. You'll walk through city streets filled with smoke and fire, and it feels completely different from how you first experienced it. You start getting this real feeling of the city's a character, and it's really under attack. It's the fall of
Is that a
Kelowna.
Brumach before it gets armored up? A naked Brumach? They call him Naked Brumach.
E-Day is an intentionally intimate story. There's this colossal event going on in the plot, but the actual characters and the journey they go on is where you get to explore themes of burden, of loss, and of loyalty. The whole world of Gears is about characters. It's the nightmarish monsters from below versus the soldiers that hold the line in a war for survival.
You okay? No way this is real.
It's pretty fucking real to me. On your feet.
This was our
Grabs his
opportunity
hand,
to
hits him with
focus
the
on
pipe
what
in his
makes
other
characters so special and what makes our enemies so iconic.
Knock it off. Yeah, that's definitely a naked
The entire
Brumach.
campaign is played from the perspective of our new squad, Bravo. As the invasion breaks out, you'll meet Mags Carter, a former Gear now sweating it out at Kelowna's emulsion refinery.
Now, why don't you come talk shit when your balls drop? And quit going through my
Mags.
stuff.
And you'll
That sounds
also meet
familiar.
Rookie cadet Lucas Reyes. A sharp comms officer who never made it to the front lines despite his dreams of military glory.
Holy fucking shit.
Mags and Lucas, together with Marcus and Dom, are four soldiers thrown together, fighting through tensions with each other while fighting the Locust, ultimately forging their bonds in battle.
It shows that you're gonna have to fight your friends to decide who's Marcus and who's Dom and who's these other two that are gonna die.
Just like the intense war movies we love.
What is the L plus R
Intentionally
button?
gritty, and a bit
Is that like a heal or it was like a
these rough edges
it's like a
is what makes you
stim
feel like you're
icon.
right in the middle of the action.
Bravo's story also intertwines with others called to defend the city, including returning characters like warrior philosopher Ty Kaliso.
It is Ty. Let's go.
Marcus Phoenix. Ty.
And fans of the
Why didn't
world
they
will
say that in
finally
the
get to see the hard-ass Raven pilot Gil Gettner in game for the very first time.
Let's go and fuck this mess.
Marcus and Dom are absolute legends. You can spot those strong jaws and thick necks from a mile away.
She said the thing!
But if you go too realistic,
That's
you
her
lose those
line!
unique features that make them stand out. Honestly, Marcus just isn't Marcus if you take away his classic perma-scout. So instead of chasing perfect realism, we focused on making them believable and memorable, respecting the details that really make them who they are.
Material and character fidelity in Gears of War E-Day far surpasses anything we've been able to achieve before. Our facial animation systems have been completely
I don't want to know
upgraded
what
for
was
E-Day,
going on there.
with 3 times more joints
Not.
and over 350 facial shapes sculpted for each head alone to really represent the emotion in our characters. Marcus has more detail in his eyelashes than his entire character model did in the original Gears of War on Xbox 360.
Phoenix. Marcus. Sergeant, 26 RTI C Company. Next to kin, Adam Phoenix.
With the amount of layers we have, we've never had fidelity at this scale. Combined with a much more sophisticated animation rig, this allows us to have way more expressive characters with a huge range. From a small smirk to yells on the battlefield.
Come and get some, you goddamn grubs!
Your experience takes on a new intensity. We're pushing the graphical limit with
You've never
4K
seen
Ultra
facial
HD
expressions like this
resolution,
before.
Native HDR10 rendering. Hardware ray tracing at 60 frames per second in campaign and up
All right,
to
she's just
120
reading.
frames per second in multiplayer.
Multiplayer confirmed. Let's go. Why are they not showing multiplayer?
When it comes to the Locust, to make them more believable, we made them scarier. The drones are wild and vicious.
Find me on the streets of Gears E-Day. I'll be there. I'm the reason that it's not on PlayStation because I was sweating really hard in that multiplayer. I've reloaded.
And the Reavers, they crawl up buildings and rain fire from above. Basically, the whole Locust army, whether new or old, are more intense than ever before.
I hope my PC can handle this game.
So what now, Marcus? We save everyone we can.
Doesn't blow up my PC.
Gears of
All these
War has
particle
never been a
effects.
horror game, but the world has always felt horrifying.
I mean, I would say the first ones got some horror stuff in it.
Responsive and satisfying.
I can't say I agree with that.
That was satisfying. Muscle and cloth deforms in response to your attacks, and blood and bone damage adds to the intensity of combat. Gore is localized as well. Shoot a locust in the armor leg, and you'll see the bullet take a chunk out of it. Or land a heavy shot on a limb, and our dismemberment system will rip it clean off in glorious detail.
The Nash is going to give you the most satisfying shots, covering you in blood, or pop heads from afar with the long shot. We've revamped our favorite weapons for E-Day. And of course,
Oh,
we
God.
also have some fun new ones for even
I don't know if I
brutal
like
ways
hearing that.
to tear your enemies apart. The new Gut Puncher grenade launcher is a cog weapon that fires armor-piercing explosive rounds. Quick fire a round to let it explode, or hold the trigger to control when it detonates. That means you can place a well-timed explosion behind an enemy protected by cover, or with practice, master its long-range eco closing potential. The incinerator is our new shotgun. You can see the emulsion literally melt the skin off an enemy's body.
That's cool.
Before,
I like
you
that.
could only get into a grapple if an enemy came charging at you. Now, You feel the power of getting to incinerate them when they get close. And of course, the Lancer.
Nice.
Yeah.
Lancer is another origin story from lore.
He said the thing.
To show in E-Day. From the moment that Ty grabbed that chainsaw to rip through a locust at the superstore, to a prototype kit bash on the front lines of the invasion, all to deliver on that gratifying moment when you finally get to slice a grub in two.
Spoilers, you're showing us the moment. Okay.
Gears music has always been about tension, escalation, and release. When a fight kicks off, the music hits hard. It tightens as things get more dangerous. And when you've dropped the last enemy, you hear that familiar big ringing chord. For E-Day, we kept that structure, but made the sound harsher. Together with our composer, Adam Lastica, we built the score to match a world on the verge of collapse. The electric guitar returns alongside classical instruments.
What does the main menu sound like, though?
Territory.
Let me hear the main menu song.
Like dragging a bone saw across a cello, creating dissonance that never fully resolves.
Where the hell are we?
And then there's the sound design. All chainsaws have voices. When it came to the sound for our Proto Lancer, it was important to us to track down the exact make and model that was recorded back in 2006 and rebuild it from the ground up using our new sound effects system. This chainsaw has a 14-inch blade with that signature meaty yet intimate sound, and when it revs, you can hear all the gnarly details. In terms of how you'll experience Kelowna, I always think about our acoustic system like this. I'm walking down a street and I hear the sound reflecting off the walls around me. Then I step into an alley and everything immediately tightens. I come back out into a wide space and the sound opens up again, almost like a cathedral. And it's not just those spaces, it's the transitions between them where the magic really happens. That's where things feel alive. That's acoustics in real time.
We're going out in the woods. We're going to fight the predator. Hey,
It's a
Dom.
heavy world.
If it bleeds, we can kill
To
it.
experience is dread and tension.
I'm sorry.
done through
I'm
the
going to cut
music
that
and
out of the
sound
video.
that surrounds you.
I keep saying that, and then I'm not going to do it.
No other game does the squad like Gears does. Our themes, our gameplay, and our modes, they all revolve around this core element. But it's not just about the brotherhood that you experience in the stories. It's also about the bonds you create with your friends.
Let's go.
It has always been a part of
No.
our DNA.
Multiplayer.
Every Gears game,
Where's
you can bring your own
multiplayer?
squad to this fight. In campaign, all 4 characters are playable from the start, and we support 4-player online co-op and 2-player split screen on console. In
Ooh,
Versus,
2-player
our
split
sweaty
screen.
Squad-based PvP is back with a collection of 4v4 modes and all new maps set in locations in and around the war-torn city of Kelowna. We've combined
4v4.
classic Gears symmetrical PvP map design with new traversal opportunities. You'll put your skill to the test alongside a seasonal roadmap of killer content, almost all of which you can just earn by playing the game.
Oh,
completing
let's
the in-game
go.
challenges, events, and achievements. And today, we're excited to announce a dynamic new evolution of Gears' iconic PvE mode, Horde Siege. It's a 12-player mode where all 3 squads fight alongside each other to battle the Locust invasion and defend Kelowna across a range of city-based maps. We'll have more to share soon, and we hope you join us.
That
for our
sounds
open beta weekends
really
later this
cool.
summer.
We good? Sergeant Phoenix?
Guess we're back to it.
You're like in the whole city? There's 3 different squads of people? That's kind of sick. You gotta like converge for boss fights, I'm assuming?
We can't outrun the past. ones. I keep fighting.
20 years of Gears is such a milestone. It is such an honor and also a huge responsibility to make sure we deliver on the story of Gears.
It always comes back to the squad. It always comes back to this theme of getting through the absolute shittiest of times with somebody else who constantly has your back. And that's Marcus and Dom's
Don't show
story.
Gears 3.
The story
You can't do
of the
this.
original trilogy. The story of E-Day. And the story I think we can all relate to.
Thanks for pushing through. Couldn't have done it alone. You got it, man.
Having the opportunity to
Don't
have
do
E-Day come out in
this.
the same year as the 20th anniversary of Gears, the quarter-century anniversary of Xbox, it's almost like a homecoming.
You
It's like we're
can't.
turning back to our roots and saying, "Fuck yeah, we're back." And we have so
Can't
many
show
more
Dom.
stories to tell. It's an incredible honor and one that we want to make sure that we do right.
Ty.
Guy's so fucking cool.
Untouched by nearly 80 years of war. Destroyed in 2 nights.
For us, the heart of Gears has always been
That's the
about
end of the game.
bonds you make in the darkest of times.
That's the final cutscene.
Inside the studio, we rally around a simple phrase: never fight alone. It guides how we build our stories, our gameplay, and our world. It's how we work as a team and the commitment we make to you, our fans. Everything comes back to that important idea of sharing life's experiences, the highs and lows, together.
Nobody's using the 25th anniversary controller.
Never
Why
fight
not?
alone that we've ever made. Whether you'll be picking up a Lancer for the first time ever, or you're as battle-hardened as Marcus Phoenix, there's always a place for you in the Gears squad when Emergence begins on October 6th.
Man, I can't wait for this game. This might be like my most anticipated game of the year, even over GTA. I'll say it. All right. Well, that was fun. Gears looks really good. Kind of weird because I broke this off from the main show just to get, you know, I didn't want to have it be like Xbox plus Gears thing, whatever. You know what I mean. This is a good show. They really brought the heat again after last year, where last year's was really good too. But that's where I'm gonna stop watching. Looks like it's over. It's just a montage wrapping it up, showing everything that was announced.
Now you ready to get to it?
God, I did not like that. The one thing I did not like is that Halo trailer. That was kind of cringy, in my opinion. You can show Halo better than that.
Do you expect us to go quietly?
Metro. Yeah, they showed some good games here. I think this was my favorite show of the whole week. Between State of Play, SGF, and this.
Come here to destroy you.
Welcome to the surface.
Alright, I'm gonna stop it there. This is just a State of Decay. I keep getting distracted by games. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.